Imagine a small plant growing through a tiny crack in concrete. Now, tackling all odds, it keeps on growing and growing and growing towards the sun. This, ladies and gentlemen, is resilience in its simplest form. It's a trait all of us here possess, even though we haven't identified it yet. Legends like Amitabh Bachchan, Steve Harvey, or J.K. Rowling didn't just achieve greatness by chance. They faced relentless challenges, stared down failure, and yet never ever gave up. The superpower all of them possessed wasn't the ability to fly or the power to be invisible. It was something way, way more powerful: unyielding resilience. When I entered the ninth grade, math became my biggest enemy. Suddenly, those numbers that I never really bothered about in the past seemed to become one enormous nightmare for me. Those scary numbers on paper, they seemed to glare at me, challenging me, and I felt as if it was way beyond my reach. No matter how hard I tried, I just could not understand it. It was like being lost in a maze with absolutely no way out at all. And as feared, in my ninth grade final math examination, I got that dreaded C grade. I felt crushed, and I knew I could not have let this happen ever again. So I sat down to myself, thinking what I needed to do to get through this situation. What did I need to do to get out of this rut that I have got myself into? I was lost, but I had help. Remember, like all of us here do, always. I had my teachers, I had my parents, I had my friends, and thank God, I had the internet. And after all that relentless learning and self doubt, this is what I netted off with: hard work and resilience. Nothing beats this combination, nothing at all. And it's a tried and tested method. So I thought to myself, why just not give it a go? I mean, I genuinely had nothing to lose then. I could have not let the fear of math hold me back any longer. So, just for a little information, the IGCSE curriculum consists of both ninth grade and 10th grade sharing the same syllabus. We began our ninth grade in somewhere around April 2022, and we gave our final examinations or our board examinations in February 2024. So I made a commitment to myself that I would not let math get the better of me. Therefore, I set an agenda for myself, which included spending a lot of time solving past paper questions, reviewing multiple concepts all over again, seeking active help from my teachers, whether it be from my friends or my parents, or actually even some YouTube videos. I mean, some of them were so good. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. But I was determined. I did not want that grade C to become a permanent part of my life. And then the day of the final examination arrived. You may ask whether I was nervous. Well, of course I was nervous, and I am sure many of you would relate to this. But I was committed. And that day, I think I gave it my best shot. And honestly, more than that. And then, when the day of the results arrived, I had done it. I scored an A star in IGCSE mathematics. That day, I had felt as if I had finally climbed that mountain and reached its summit. Well, I may not have realized this back then, but this was resilience. I faced my fears, turned down the past, and focused on the future with a positive mindset. I turned my struggles into success. It may sometimes seem easier said than done, And if you think so, I absolutely agree with you. Sometimes the brain does make something seem much bigger than it actually is. Stress often arises because your brain senses some sort of challenge. This causes your body's flight or fight mechanism to get activated, which causes your brain to release chemicals such as adrenaline and cortisol. This makes your heart beat much faster, your breathing rates become higher, and your muscles get more tense. However, this cocktail of chemicals might make you feel like giving up. But remember, your brain belongs to you, and you are its master. What this math incident taught me is that irrespective of the situation, one needs to learn how to make a path towards the solution and stay persistent at it. Very, very important. As the saying goes, God helps those who help themselves. Or, as some spy in a Netflix saga remarked, when a door closes, a window opens.